Hello, friends, and welcome to Spirited Movie Companions, a movie podcast from the guys that brought you Bottled and Bond. I am Mike Scott, and I have been watching and enjoying movies since I was a kid in the 1900s, and I've always been interested in the history and the lore behind their creation. So, alongside my friend Charlie, we will be taking a deep dive into movies we choose based on a randomly selected monthly theme. We will also be providing pairings for the movie, which may include other movies, books, music, and, in the spirit of our Bottled and Bond podcast, companion beverages. Today we will be discussing 2003's The Room. So make yourself some popcorn, find a comfy seat, and pour your favorite drink while we ponder this question. Is this movie so terrible that it's actually a masterpiece? This is episode 9, The Room. Charlie, welcome.
Thank you, Mike.
Quite possibly the greatest movie we will ever cover.
It
on
is
this show.
possible. Maybe the most singular movie we'll ever cover. I don't know. I can't think of anything else like it.
Yeah. Our theme this month is well drinks. We drink crappy beverages and we watch crappy movies. I think this qualifies.
I think so too.
Our companion beverage is the Scotchka, which is going to contain equal parts Mohawk vodka. That bottle cost $1.99. And Hedges and Butler 12 blended Scotch whiskey. That bottle cost $12. So
Wow.
it's $1 for each year that it was aged.
I'm amazed it was aged that long, honestly.
I think it has to be considered Scotch, maybe.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. We have one listener comment, yet again, from Countess Tracy. This one's about our bonus episode of The Game. Even though he says he doesn't care about the nipples and Captain Kangaroo, it seems like the whole movie he actually cares quite a bit about what people think of him. Also, absolutely no smoking cigars in Countess Tracy's sewing room.
Yeah, I think probably that's a good plan.
Recent favorites. So I've watched a lot of good stuff lately. A couple to highlight. I watched a movie called She Shoots Straight, which is a Hong Kong action movie.
Really?
And it's like a woman gets married to, the woman's a cop, the husband's a cop. All of the husband's sisters are cops, and they all work together. And there's like this cartel trying to take things over, and just a lot of kicking ass and shooting guns. And it's pretty cool. I had a good time with it.
When was this movie made?
Late 80s, or maybe early 90s.
Okay.
I think it was 92. I also watched this morning, actually, HUD, starring Paul Newman. You ever seen that?
No.
Written by Larry McMurtry, the guy that wrote Last Picture Show and
really?
Lonesome Dove. Yeah. Really, really good movie. Highly recommend that one. Had my Criterion 4K disc that I cracked open and watched that.
Wow.
Did you watch anything?
Nothing I can talk about.
We're back to normal. Yes, there are some things that we can't talk about on this
Yes.
episode, but
In the next episode, I'll mention I watched 3 movies.
Yeah.
So,
here's my one shot. Because I watched this twice, there's 3 hours down the drain.
I wrote a movie so bad that you might want to sit down, pour yourself a Scotchka, and watch it again. Or put on some tuxes and go through the football with your friends.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. We did watch this with friends. And
Which I think is the best way to
Yes,
watch it.
yes.
I will tell our listeners, if they haven't seen it, watch it with other people so that you can enjoy.
And if you really don't want to watch this movie, the second best way to watch it is to watch the honest trailer on YouTube
Yeah.
of this movie. That gives you everything you need to know about it. I have a little background on this one. Unhappy with lack of acting jobs in Los Angeles, Tommy Wiseau decides to go it alone and make a movie himself. He befriends Greg Sestero, and the two begin work on Tommy's screenplay. Financed from mysterious origins, Tommy goes full auteur to realize his vision, which ultimately becomes a film so bad, audiences love it through laughter.
I mean, did Tommy have any job? He didn't have any
He is
discernible
a
job, right?
Mystery wrapped in an enigma.
Yeah.
Our cast: Tommy Wiseau as Johnny, and this is just going to be like a who's who of Hollywood royalty.
Yeah, yeah.
Juliette Danielle as Lisa, Greg Sestero as Mark, who I've actually seen in other movies. He was in
really?
Gattaca, Patch Adams, and Ed TV, all of which I've seen.
Wow.
He's probably second cop with gun or something like that
Yeah,
in
yeah.
these movies. Philip Haldeman as Denny, Carolyn Minute as Claudette, and Robin Paris as Michelle.
You know,
I didn't even give credit to Frosted Tips. He was so not even worth putting in here.
right. All of these people were probably so disappointed and upset that they were in this movie at very first. And then probably no one would ever know who any of them were
Yeah.
without being in this movie.
It's true. They've probably embraced it. Crew. Directed, written, and produced by Tommy Wiseau. Music by Mladen Milicevic.
Okay.
Yeah. We have 4 songs in this movie. I'll put them in the Spotify notes. They're not even worth actually naming here, but there's 4 very 90s R&B songs.
Okay.
This was released June 27th, 2003, with a budget of $6 million. We don't know where that $6 million came from, but we
Yeah.
know that $6 million was spent on this movie. Box office to date now is $5.2 million. So it's almost made its money at this point, because this is all the like showings and conventions and stuff
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
appears at now.
Yeah, because initially at the theater it made like $1,000 or something, right?
The first night, yeah, I think they said 1,800. I have no history with this. You have no history with this. We
No,
both
no.
watched it for the first time together.
Yeah, I chose it because I had heard it was bad.
Yeah.
And boy, am I glad I chose it.
So we'll go into the scene summaries. Johnny arrives home with a gift for Lisa, a red dress she should probably try on right now. After she tries it on right now, she walks back downstairs and spins for Johnny. Denny opens the door, says his line, then walks further into the room. He admires the dress Lisa tries on right now. Johnny and Lisa...
In a somewhat creepy way.
Yes. Johnny and Lisa leave to take a nap, which I guess is slang for a pillow fight.
Or something.
Yeah. Our viewing party proceeded to take a nap at this point as well. Oh, wait, no.
No.
That's slang for something else. Never mind. Why was Lisa just sitting on the couch doing nothing when Johnny walks in? Did you notice that? She's just
Yeah.
like staring off into space.
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, does she have a job of any type?
Apparently, but they don't really elaborate on it. And she tells her mom at one point she's going to see a client, but
Yeah.
yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
But Denny then creeps upstairs and joins in their pillow fight. They try to get rid of Denny, but he just wants to watch.
You know, and you can't really tell what Denny is, where he comes from, why he's there,
Yeah.
or any of that. And he doesn't quite look young enough compared to them to, I mean, he does not look,
I don't know how old he was,
How old
he
the
was,
actor
but
was.
I mean, I think he's supposed to be 19, which
Yeah.
still seems a little old for the way he's acting.
right. Yes, to jump in the middle of the pillow fight. Yes.
Anyway, they finally dismiss Denny. They fail to close any door or anything, and then they proceed to make sweet, sweet love like it's a 90s R&B music video.
Yes. I really liked like the 4-post bed with like the sheer
Yeah.
curtains around it and everything like that. Like
And that water fixture thing where it looked like it
weird
was
water
raining
fixture
in the
and
window.
Candles everywhere, of course. I don't know when they had time to light candles, but
Yeah, rose petals.
yeah. Where did he get a rose? Where did it come from? He just suddenly has
He
a
didn't
rose
bring those
that
until
he hands
later.
her. Yeah.
We hear the song I Will, sung by somebody named Wayman Davis. I think all these songs are on Spotify, so I'll put links for them if they
Okay.
are. Definitely a corny R&B song. After extensive laughing and post-coital grunting from Johnny, the
There's-
couple goes to bed.
There's a lot of like groaning and noises, which are obviously dubbed in,
Yes.
but unnecessarily. And you immediately figure out there's going to be nudity.
Yeah, we're like not even
both-
10 minutes into the movie.
Both male and female nudity, unfortunately.
Good job of him practicing birth control by aiming for her belly button.
I know. It is so weird. I think he was so determined to get his butt up in the
Yes.
air in the frame.
Yeah.
It was very odd. Either that or he was like, he wanted to do that, but he was still like a little bit uncomfortable about it. So he like didn't want to, with another actual human being. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever it was very strange.
Very awkward. The next morning, Johnny wakes up and smells the roses, showing full man ass as he gets ready.
Yeah.
Kudos to Juliette Danielle, the actress that played Lisa, for the 2 assets she brought to the film, neither of which was her acting ability.
Right.
I didn't expect this much nudity. I did not.
No.
I don't know
didn't
but what do you expect going into something like this? You have
either.
no idea.
You don't know what to expect.
I also like that when Johnny gets up and goes into whatever other room that was, bathroom, I guess, the camera like slow motions as the door's closing.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. So later, after Johnny's left, Lisa and her mother, Claudette, chat about how Lisa finds Johnny so boring, one can sympathize,
Yeah.
and that she doesn't want to be with him anymore, despite being engaged and Johnny promising to buy her a house. Claudette tries to convince her to stay with Johnny since he appears to completely support her lifestyle. After Claudette leaves, Lisa calls Mark, bitching about her mother. Lisa then invites Mark over tomorrow at noon. Weird scene. She seemed completely fine when they were making their sweet, sweet love. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden she hates Johnny.
Right. Yeah. She doesn't want to be with him. He's boring,
Yeah.
apparently. And he's not going to get that promotion at work. She doesn't think. Mom thinks
he's going to
Mom thinks he's going to
it.
get the promotion at whatever he does.
So it's immediately noon tomorrow now. Like basically she calls him to say, meet me at noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then she looks like she gets up from the couch and opens the door and there's
Does
Mark.
look like it, yes.
Mark arrives and Lisa begins to blatantly flirt with him. As she begins to undress, Mark gets uncomfortable with the candles, the music, and the sexy dress. Mark reveals for the
It's hot in here. Do you mind?
Mark reveals for the one and only time that Johnny is his best friend, as Lisa professes her love for Mark, who continues to rebuff her seductions right up until he starts making out with her.
I know, right?
They proceed to make sweet...
I mean,
Yeah.
she was kind of forcing the issue.
They proceed to make sweet, sweet love in a very uncomfortable place. No, not that. No, not the back of a Volkswagen either. Shout out to Mallrats. No, they decide they can't walk all the way up the stairs, so they stop halfway up.
And not just a regular set of stairs,
A spiral
staircase,
Yeah.
which is even less suited than a regular straight staircase.
Yeah.
And the scene lasts a long
Forever.
time. It just keeps going.
Yeah. We do get another 90s R&B music video here, but then Mark blames Lisa for seducing him because, and they both say this, Johnny is Mark's best friend.
Yeah.
The music. So the music we were hearing, I thought that was like the soundtrack music, not the music that was playing in the room.
Oh, right.
Is that why it's called The Room? Just because all of the stuff takes place in that room?
I guess.
I guess so. But this is definitely a Skinamax movie at this point, with even worse acting.
Yeah. But then they decide this will be our secret.
Yeah.
So they don't hurt Johnny, even though she hates Johnny and doesn't want to marry him.
Right. So Johnny later arrives at the flower shop, unrecognizable in his sunglasses, and proceeds to order a dozen roses.
Those are cool looking sunglasses, aren't they? And with that long hair he's got.
Yeah. He says goodbye to the doggy as the proprietor calls him her favorite customer, despite not recognizing him with his sunglasses on.
Right, exactly. Apparently that is like a real flower shop, and that's the real lady that worked there.
Yeah. Back at the apartment, Lisa, probably using Johnny's money, orders a pizza, half Canadian bacon with pineapple, half artichoke with pesto, light on the cheese. Typical hippie California pizza order.
Right.
Denny, ringing the doorbell this time, asks to kiss Lisa and then immediately leaves despite her telling him that Johnny will be here in just a minute.
Yeah.
Johnny brings Lisa her roses, revealing he did not get his promotion despite saving the company so much money.
And I wrote, he works for the bank. Apparently he works
guess,
for a
yeah.
bank. I don't know what he does.
Who knows?
But he didn't get the promotion.
She asks Johnny if she wants to order a pizza, then immediately tells him she already ordered a pizza. That was weird.
Yeah.
Lisa then tells Johnny he needs a drink and then proceeds to pressure him into drinking a scotchka. and we will stop quickly and pour our scotchkas.
All right, here we go.
We are back with our scotchkas. Like I said,
Yeah.
we have Mohawk vodka and Hedges and Butler scotch, blended scotch. And, you know, if you just really wanted to get wasted, I mean, it's $12 to enjoy, you know, the entire giant bottle of Hedges and Butler and then just the littler bottle of Mohawk. So,
Right.
cheers.
Cheers.
And we're using plastic glasses, not glass ones, because, you know, to go with the theme.
I mean, right. You don't, I mean, they might ruin the glasses. You don't want to ruin some good glasses.
Surprisingly less terrible than expected.
Honestly, I don't understand why it's not disgusting.
I know.
The only thing I can think, what's amazing is it's just like this movie that it's so bad that it might be good. You combine these two terrible things, and somehow each of their terribleness cancels out the other one's terribleness.
Two wrongs make a right
Like-
for the first time ever.
Because when you try each of these individually, which we did,
Yeah.
they're both very strong and alcohol-y.
The
And
vodka's a step up from rubbing alcohol.
Yeah. And when you put them together, they somehow smooth each other out. I don't understand
Yeah.
it. It's the most bizarre. I cannot believe it's not awful.
Right.
I don't get it.
I don't either. There is some debate as to whether that was truly scotch that was already in
Yeah,
that
it might have been a
glass.
mixer of some
Somebody
sort.
said it was apple juice or
Uh,
something. But what's the fun in that? You know?
Well, obviously, in real life, it was probably apple
Yes.
juice and water.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, but you don't even know what it was supposed to be. But, right. It could have been a mixer. I mean, because vodka mixes with, like, anything.
Who knows?
Still,
Still, the drink itself,
I
not
don't
as bad
understand
not
why
as bad
it's
as I
not
thought.
terrible. It's kind of like when we put the champagne in the Guinness. I thought it
Right.
would be awful, and it wasn't awful. I don't know why it wasn't awful. But this should definitely be awful.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
After enjoying some dinner and drinks, Lisa, wearing Johnny's tie as a bandana,
I love the tie on her head.
continues to ply him with vodka.
How can we visually show that she's drunk? Well, we don't have any lampshades, so
Right.
let's put a tie on her head. They're having a good old time for some reason. I can't tell what they're doing that's so fun,
Yeah.
because normally when two people just sit there and drink a lot doing nothing else, it's like sad and nothing happens, and maybe they're talking, but they seem to be having a great time.
Yeah.
Laughing and
Johnny compliments Lisa on her nice legs, and then Slap and Tickle commences again with yet more R&B music.
great music.
I did like the line here. I'm tired. I'm wasted. I love you, darling.
Yes.
In a feat of tremendous editing, they most definitely just took alternate footage from the earlier sex scene and spliced it in here.
100%. They did not act that scene twice.
Yeah.
They definitely just, because he even hands her the rose again, I think.
Yeah.
Like the rose is back in there. I mean, it is definitely the first scene with different footage.
Yes. So the next day...
Still, you do see boobs.
You do see him again, yeah. The next day we see a shot of the Tanner house from Full House. I've actually been there. I've seen that house.
Really?
As Lisa organizes a party for Johnny, inviting her mother, Claudette. She comes in, drops a bombshell, revealing that her brother Harold wants 50% of her house. Then she drinks some coffee, complains about a guy named Edward, her ex-husband, says she has breast cancer, and compliments Johnny on being such a good provider. Lisa disagrees that Johnny is a good man, reveals that he did not get his promotion, got drunk, and hit her. Claudette tells Lisa money is more important than the occasional beating. You like what I did there
Yes.
with the cancer?
I mean, Mom
Literally never comes back.
She's got a lot of stuff going on. Now, some mothers are like that. They tell you a ton of information when they talk to you. But
Not that either of us would know that.
no,
Oh, not at all.
not at all. My mother's conversations with my mother are usually very short and to the point.
Yeah, same.
Anyway, so yes, she has breast cancer, which maybe was supposed to go somewhere, but never did. But once again, mother counsels the daughter, like, hang on to him like grim death. Like,
Yep.
he's the best thing that ever happened to you. Why on earth would you leave him?
He makes money. Money's more important than love. I think she says that at one point.
Yeah, I don't know. But one of my favorite lines from the mom, this was in the previous scene, but the mother is complaining about like her friends or wherever she lives. And she's like, nobody else listens to me. And the daughter goes, you're probably right about that. But yes, I mean, we hear about the breast cancer and you expect it's going to go somewhere. And I kept waiting for it to come back and be part of the plot. And it was not.
Never does. Claudette and Lisa leave, and then two random people later come in, Frosted Tips and the Lady in Black. They arrive at Johnny and Lisa's house. Frosted Tips begins eating chocolate out of her mouth and off of her chest.
Well, you know, chocolate is the symbol of love.
Yeah.
As they say.
She then commands him to lift his arms and take off his shirt. And the way he does it, I think it was our friend Amy that said it. It's like she's instructing a child to get
and she pulls his
undressed
shirt
for a
off
bath or
like he's
something.
a little kid.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
She then disappears from the bottom of the screen. Apparently,
And he starts making some
very
very
weird,
ridiculous facial expressions.
Yeah. All the while, music plays that sounds like a cartoon caper is afoot.
Right. Well, and then mom comes back in, right? Mom and daughter come back in and catch them, don't they?
Yes, Lisa and Claudette come back. They introduce the guy. Frosted Tips' name is Mike. What a sullying of my name. And Michelle. Denny then arrives, meets Claudette for the first time.
What's weird is it's clear that they must know each other, but like there's no real recognition exactly. Like
It seems
the
like
mom
Michelle
isn't
and
like,
Lisa are
oh, it's
friends.
your friend Michelle,
Right.
But yeah, it's very odd situation.
So yeah, Denny comes in and meets Claudette. Then he asks for sugar, butter, and flour, but then immediately leaves again.
Right.
I assume he was making a cake or something. It is finally revealed that Denny is kind of a foster child to Johnny, who is also paying his tuition. We then see Frosted Tips run back in, get his book and his underwear. His underwear was like under Claudette, and he was so embarrassed about it. We'll get to it later because that part comes back. The breast cancer never comes back.
Right.
But him coming in and getting his underwear from under Lisa's mom comes back.
Well, I like he comes here to do his homework. when he got that book. Oh, okay.
And then Claudette's like, oh, homework when he takes his underwear.
Yes.
So he just put his pants on without his underwear. He's like, I guess I didn't wear underwear today.
Well, I mean, he was in a hurry, I guess, because the mom came in.
That's true.
I mean, I guess if you're in a hurry like that, you might just do it.
You know, I don't think that this movie had like a continuity person.
It's very, very possible that it didn't.
So now we have Denny playing around with a basketball on the roof. He is confronted by somebody named Chris R., who demands his money. This was probably the most unhinged scene of the entire movie.
It was great.
Denny says it will be here in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Chris R. is not happy about this, so he pulls a gun on Denny. Johnny and Mark then arrive, disabling Chris R. as Lisa and Claudette magically appear in the doorway all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like they cut back to the door and they're there.
Yeah.
Denny tells Lisa he owes Chris R. some money, to which Lisa replies multiple times, what kind of money? Pesos?
Right. I don't
Pounds?
know.
Euros?
Right? Something.
Denny reveals he bought drugs from Chris R. while Claudette continues to chastise Denny. Johnny and Mark return, comforting Denny, who promises it won't happen again. And it doesn't. We don't see Chris R. again.
Speaking of things that never come back up again, why did he buy the drugs?
Yep.
Like, you get some sense that he might have bought the drugs to somehow sell and make money, but it's very unclear.
Vague. Yes, very vague.
Because there's no talk of him, like, taking the drugs.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what was happening.
So later, Lisa talks with Mark on the phone, professing her love for him.
By the way, the mom was really concerned about the kid in the drug situation.
Yes.
She was very concerned about him.
I mean,
getting
literally
mixed
having
up
just
in
met
that.
him 10 minutes ago,
Yeah.
she became very concerned.
She
You
was
are right.
very concerned about what a bad idea it was. And Lisa kept having to like almost hold her back.
Yeah. So now we have later, after Lisa professes her love for Mark on the phone, we then have a scene where Johnny shows up on the rooftop, distraught about the hitting accusation that Lisa leveled at him.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Classic.
That is
Probably the most
amazing.
memorable line of the movie.
Yes. I mean, I get the feeling he doesn't think he hit her.
No. But we know he didn't, so he's
No, we do
definitely
know
right
that
to be
she's
mad.
framing him. Yeah. I get it.
So at this point,
Oh, hi, Mark.
there's this long conversation with Mark. He asks Johnny about whether girls cheat like guys do. Johnny isn't concerned since he knows Lisa is loyal.
Yeah.
Mark proceeds to tell a story about one girl who got beat up so bad by her boyfriend that she was hospitalized. Johnny laughs, and of course our entire viewing party laughed. Johnny then tells Mark he should have a girl like Betty, who was beautiful, but they fought too much and she was terrible in bed.
That is a problem.
And Mark has a line, I just can't figure women out. Sometimes they're just too smart. Sometimes they're flat out stupid. Other times they're just evil.
Yes.
Is that Oscar-worthy writing or what?
It is. And
So-
yeah, go ahead. No.
I was just going to say, Johnny then laughs with Denny about Mark's girl troubles. And
Yeah.
they begin playing football as Denny reveals that he is in love with Lisa.
There's a lot of football tossing in this
There is.
movie. And most of it from approximately 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah. And Denny, definitely is not giving off any sort of creepy vibes in this movie with his actions and thoughts about Lisa.
No, but even weirder, Tommy says it's okay that he feels that way about
Yeah.
Lisa. Because, people do love each other.
Yeah, Johnny gives him some fatherly advice, and then they leave. This is the first of many times Lisa is referred to as Johnny's future wife.
His future
Apparently,
wife.
the word fiance did not exist in 2003.
Well, maybe not if English isn't your first language.
No, he's from New Orleans.
I know.
Later, we have Lisa and Michelle discussing Johnny and his abusive behavior. She then says she's leaving Johnny, which pisses Michelle off despite her just being told that Johnny is abusive.
Right.
I like that, that yo-yo effect there. Johnny, carless now because he just walks home and his Mercedes is nowhere to be found, arrives home, asks Michelle about her new dress that she's definitely not wearing at the moment. Johnny then asks what's going on, and Lisa gets defensive because they were talking about her leaving, and Johnny hears like the tail end of the conversation.
By the way, that Mercedes is a C280,
Of course.
in case you were interested.
Thank you. Which may be the same one that appeared in The Disaster
It
Artist.
may be. I'll bet they went and looked for the same model. Yeah.
Johnny tells Lisa that he's going to be her future husband. They continue to argue, and Lisa eventually goes upstairs. And here we get the only other truly memorable line.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
So, having seen The Disaster Artist, you know what that line is from, right? You're tearing me apart.
I don't remember.
It's taken directly from Rebel Without a Cause.
Oh, is that what they were
Yep,
acting?
where
Yeah.
James Dean says, "You're tearing me apart." So then we get a shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. It was a great view.
It was. To a kill.
To a kill. Thank you. Johnny and Mike revealing he has a real tragedy on his hands. This is Frosted Tips. Chat about Lisa and Claudette walking in on him and Michelle. Johnny comforts Mike about this tragedy,
Yeah.
saying that's life. It was a tragedy that she discovered his underwear, or that she saw him taking his underwear out.
Tragedy might be strong.
Yeah.
Embarrassing, maybe.
Maybe. Denny arrives with a football once again. Mark then arrives. So
Gotta
now
have
we
a
have
football.
4 dudes in a 10-by-10 room tossing a football around.
Yes.
Mark knocks Mike to the ground accidentally and takes him to apparently seek medical attention.
I guess so.
Claudette and Lisa discuss how stingy Johnny is for not loaning down payment money to some random friend of Claudette's. How'd you like that? one?
Right. I don't understand that.
Lisa reveals she slept with someone else as Johnny eavesdrops. Claudette leaves, promising to still come to the party. Lisa follows her out. Johnny, talking to himself and clearly the audience, says he's going to record everything to prove he did nothing wrong. I think it was 10 minutes of this movie that he spent putting together this recording device.
I loved that.
We got
part.
to see the whole thing.
And he had the tape in his shirt pocket, like that he, I guess, just carries around just in case he might need one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved setting it up and like hiding it somehow, like under some pillows or something like that over near the phone.
Speaking on Honest Trailers again, there's a whole Sean Connery, James Bond Honest Trailer where it's the amount of time Bond spends in his hotel room
Looking for bugs stuff.
and everything.
Exactly.
Maybe that was the tribute to that. So Johnny walks upstairs, appearing to immediately be meeting with his friend Peter. The editing in this scenes where it was like Peter was there in the room with them or something.
But was Peter upstairs in the bedroom?
I don't know.
Or
Johnny walks
I feel
upstairs.
like it was still the downstairs
I think
again.
they just cut back to downstairs
Yeah.
with Johnny and Peter.
And round glasses guy.
Yeah. Peter, who is also a psychologist.
Yeah.
Peter says Johnny should confront Lisa.
A psychologist with some awesome advice.
Yeah. Johnny should just confront Lisa, his future wife, in case you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Johnny wants to give her a second chance.
You gotta deal with it. That's his advice.
Mark then arrives, and they all discuss women, including that Mark is seeing a married woman. He tries to change the subject by telling Johnny and Peter that he's thinking about getting a bigger place. That was a weird line. After they discuss in depth the Beta Breakers race, including the
liked this part.
including the food and the various women they've seen.
So,
Are you familiar with the Beta Breakers race?
sort of, but I looked it up too because I guess the thing is, I mean, it's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Lots of people. There are some people who seriously run it, and lots of people put on like goofy costumes.
Oh, really?
And it's just like a fun thing that people do, like a crazy San Francisco event. I believe it's a half marathon.
I was going to say, I think it said 12K or something.
Yeah,
like
or
that.
something like that. Could be either one. Yeah, something like that. And so it's probably a pretty wild event, and they do make some comment about like somebody dressing up or something like that. But yes, apparently one of the big things is a lot of San Francisco people, right? They put on goofy costumes and stuff and then go run the race.
So then we have Johnny telling them how he met Lisa at a coffee shop, and that the interesting part is that she paid for dinner on their first date, and it was probably the last time she ever paid for anything. I forget the argument, but at some point Johnny calls Peter a chicken, and then he goes cheap, 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 cheap.
Not bok, bok, bok.
No, maybe he's a baby chicken. Lisa arrives with Denny in tow. Mark and Peter leave, and Denny proceeds to sit down right by the still open front door. And then once again, Denny just leaves a minute after arriving. Up on the roof, Mark, smoking some dope. Do they all just live in this apartment complex? I guess.
It seems like they do.
seems like it.
Right. I mean, at one point they did make a comment about Denny living in the apartment complex. And I think those other two people who went to their apartment, Michelle and whatever, live in the
Frosted
apartment
Tips.
complex.
Yeah.
Frosted Tips, yeah.
Well, they can't. Why would they go to their house to make out then?
I don't know.
This is the part where Mike ruins the movie. Oh, wait, no. There's no ruining this.
Didn't Lisa make some comment to her mom about them liking to different places or something like that, I
who
think,
knows?
or something.
Who
I can't remember. There was some explanation.
Anyway, Mark's talking
Some
to
explanation other than this is the only set we could afford
Yes,
in this
right.
production.
Mark's talking to Peter about his love problems. Peter deduces that Mark is having an affair with Lisa,
Yeah.
causing Mark to push him to the side of the building and up against the green screen.
I mean, he was
was
about
gonna
to
kill
push
him.
him off the side of the building.
Peter then advises Mark to stay away from Lisa as they leave the roof. It's apparently not wedding day, but Denny, Peter, and Mark, who no longer has a beard, arrive in tuxedos. Denny begs them all to go play football as the chicken cheeps. Playing football, Peter goes long, trips, and quits the game.
Yeah, he falls right onto the pavement.
Why are they in tuxedos? Was this supposed to be the wedding? And
I'm-
then they...
It has to be that there was going to be some kind of wedding scene.
Yeah,
it has to.
Has to be. Otherwise,
Right.
why are you in tuxedos?
Yeah, because they looked like people preparing to go to a wedding.
Yeah.
And just like a wedding, the men are separate from the women and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So it had to be that
So
there was
odd.
going to be a scene. I'd love to see the original screenplay for this,
Yes.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, because it was probably like 3 times as long.
Right.
At a coffee shop, after 2 other couples give their complete orders, Mark and Johnny order their own drinks and take a seat.
Right.
Mark asks Johnny about his new client at work, which Johnny can't discuss because of confidentiality. Johnny then proceeds to ask Mark about his sex life. That's usually how our conversations go. We're just sitting talking sports and stuff.
So how's your sex
sex life?
All the time.
And apparently everything's free at this coffee shop.
That's
because
how dudes talk.
nobody paid money at this coffee shop. They just placed their order and then they brought it to their table.
Yeah.
Lisa and Mark begin another lovemaking session despite Johnny being Mark's best friend, in case you didn't know that. At least this time, it's in a canopied bed as opposed to the stairs. And there's no belly buttons involved.
No.
After another view to a kill, Johnny meets Mark at a park for some football. Later, Mark meets up with Lisa and they immediately...
There's like tackling in this
yes,
football.
there is. They immediately get naked again. After a knock at the door, instead of waiting
I'm
for...
always ready for you.
Nice. Instead of waiting for Mark to get dressed, she tells Michelle to come on in. They discuss Johnny and how Mark is Johnny's best friend, but Lisa just wants it all, whether with Mark or someone else that can offer that. But she knows Johnny can't. And then Michelle has a pillow fight with her.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And Michelle says one thing. I don't want to talk about it.
So Mark, who apparently left Johnny at the park to go bang Lisa, comes
yeah.
back to finish a jog with him, and then they drive home. The next day, Johnny leaves for work, hugging Claudette on the way out. Lisa and Claudette argue about whether money is more important than love. Claudette reveals that she never wanted to marry Lisa's father and that Lisa needs to grow up and not throw her life away just because she doesn't love Johnny.
Oh, all men are assholes.
Yeah. Wow. Johnny, walking randomly through time, arrives home for his surprise birthday party. I'm sorry, randomly through town. Arrives home for his surprise birthday party. The whole gang is there, including some new character whose name I don't think we ever got, but it had
I don't think so,
several
too.
prominent lines from this point
Yeah,
on.
I wonder if he was supposed to be part of it and what? I mean, I don't know.
Everybody's having a good time at the party. Frosted Tips continues to make weird faces and gets fed like a baby as Lisa invites everyone outside for fresh air. But she stays in the room with Mark, and they make out on the couch. And then that random unnamed friend rudely walks back into the unlocked apartment, catching them on the couch.
Dun, dun, dun.
Johnny and Michelle come back in with Johnny thanking Lisa for the party. $5 million of the $6 million budget was spent securing the rights to the Happy Birthday song, by the way.
You know you don't have to pay for that anymore.
I know. It is now public domain, finally.
Yeah.
Outside, Johnny announces to everyone that Lisa is pregnant. Michelle and unnamed friend tell Lisa she has to be truthful, but Lisa reveals there is no baby.
I told him that to make it more interesting.
Unnamed friend is sure the situation is going to destroy their friendship that we didn't even know existed with him until this party.
I don't understand you, Lisa.
Lisa ignores their pleas, invites everyone in for cake, which I'm pretty sure everyone was eating earlier. Back at the party, Mark asks about the baby. Lisa smacks him. Mark and Johnny begin to tussle, but they shake hands and make up. But then 10 minutes later, Mark and Lisa grope each other while dancing, and Johnny confronts Lisa, his future wife. Johnny then confronts Mark again, and tensions escalate. Johnny calls Mark a cheap, 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 and runs away to the bathroom.
Yes.
Later, upstairs, Claudette brags about cleaning up the kitchen, bids goodbye to Lisa,
Yes.
who then tries to get Johnny to leave the bathroom. I think he says later.
In a few minutes, bitch.
In a few minutes, bitch.
Which I read that when he yelled that, everybody on set just started laughing hysterically. And he came out and was trying to understand what was so funny, like why they were all laughing.
Lisa then calls Mark. They flirt, and as Mark says he no longer likes Johnny. Lisa then packs her bag. Johnny grabs the tape from the recording device and plays the phone call that just
Throws
happened.
the tape recorder.
Yeah, because we definitely didn't already know what happened based on the fight earlier
No,
downstairs.
they were right.
I
Exactly.
mean, everybody already knew, including Johnny.
Yeah.
But the tape was the clincher, apparently.
Yeah.
Lisa leaves as Johnny looks back on all the earlier scenes in the movie. Johnny proceeds to destroy the apartment, throwing TVs out the window, knocking over furniture, and breaking windows. He sniffs Lisa's red dress, begins to pleasure himself with the red dress one last
I
time
know.
before tearing it up. He then grabs a gun and blows his brains out. And that's the end of Johnny. Later, Mark and Lisa discover Johnny's body. Lisa is unsure if Johnny is dead despite his brains being all over the pillow.
Is he dead?
Mark kisses Johnny as Lisa professes her love for Mark, who rebuffs her attempts.
She's like, now we can be together.
He's like, nope, I'm done now.
I don't think so.
Denny comes in, distraught, sends Lisa and Mark
As he
away.
would be.
Yeah. But they come back to comfort him as he mourns his meal ticket to a free college tuition.
Right.
We then hear sirens and random people talking about the situation in the background as we kind of fade out of the movie. And that is The Room. Johnny killing himself to end it. Just wow.
I guess he showed them.
Yeah, he sure did. The only triviality I have is that Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero are still friends, regularly appearing at screenings for the movie. So that's kind of nice. And we'll get to it here in a second.
Yeah.
We'll finish up this movie first. Companions, really the only thing I said was just watch that Honest Trailers thing
Yeah,
on
it's
this.
very funny.
It's 6 minutes and it's
But if you're going to watch the movie first and then
With
watch
friends.
the Honest Trailer, and then you will enjoy the Honest Trailer.
watch
But
the movie
yes,
with friends
watch the movie
and
with
Scotchka.
friends. Yeah. It definitely is worth watching.
Yeah. Favorites. This is a very interesting one. I struggled. My favorite character, though, I'm going to go with Claudette, just because I just think she has the funniest lines, the mom. But my favorite line, of course, I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. And my favorite scene or shot, just because of how embarrassingly bad and hilarious they are. Any sexy time featuring the R&B music.
All right. Well, my favorite is Claudette as well.
Nice.
She might have been the best actress in the actor, right? I mean, she probably was the best. Mm-hmm. And my favorite line is when she says, "Oh, all men are assholes."
Nice.
And boy, my favorite scene, it's really, really hard to choose for many reasons. But I think it's got to be the I didn't hit her, oh, hi, Mark, discussions about women.
Nice.
That entire set of happenings. But it's really hard to select a favorite.
Nice. Okay, final thoughts and rating. I'm going to let you go first.
So I don't even know how to rate this movie, right? It's one of those where if you rate it as a movie, it's a 1.
Yes.
If you rate the amount of enjoyment you
Yes.
got out of it, it's definitely more than a 1,
Yeah.
right? I've watched mediocre movies that were left less of an imprint in your mind, and you could just take them or leave them. This is a bad, poorly acted movie, poorly written, that
Poorly
you would,
edited.
that you would definitely watch again.
Yes.
So
It's so crazy, the appeal of that. And I mean,
Yeah.
obviously that's why it's still around.
it is.
Because people just
kind of
love
amazing.
watching it. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying the people who were in this, there are lots of people in lots of movies that weren't very good movies that nobody's ever seen before.
Yeah.
These people were in a movie so famously bad, yet also entertaining,
Right.
that they're very recognizable. And probably if they just say they're in the room, when they're out in Hollywood, people are like, oh, yeah, right, you.
Oh, yeah. You're Frosted Tips.
The amount of recognition they would get out of being in this.
So
I don't even know how to rate it.
Well, so here's the thing. I pretty much agree with you about everything, including the 1 star. Here's how I reconcile the 1 star.
Yeah.
Letterboxd has this wonderful feature where you can also give a heart.
Yeah.
And I think in this case, a 1 star because of how bad the movie is.
Yeah.
But the heart for how much fun you have watching it
Yeah.
is what makes sense.
That's the thing.
So that's what I'm
Because
going to say.
there are better produced, better edited, better written movies that I would be bored watching
Yes.
again. That's what's so bizarre about it.
Would you rank this above Mixed Nuts?
I'm almost going to have to watch it because
Maybe our
I
next
think
time we spin this.
I bet I will.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like acting. I mean, in a way, think of this like some other movies. Like, well, we talked about Doctor Strangelove.
Right.
Seriously acted, yet funny. The people in this movie were acting in a very serious way with a serious script.
Yeah.
So it's almost funnier than a comedy that tries to be funny and misses is groan inducing,
Right.
right? So I don't even know that's why it's so amazing. But obviously lots of people feel that way about it because lots of people have seen this movie way more than should have ever seen
Right.
it based
Right.
on what it is.
So with that, we're going to talk briefly about the absolute. I think this is an essential companion. I think
Yeah.
this gave us both these more feelings about this movie because we both watched The Disaster Artist also,
We did.
which is James Franco, Dave Franco, Seth Rogen, and it's the biopic of making this movie.
Right.
And you know,
Written by Greg, right?
yes, written by Greg Sestero.
Wrote a book
Yes.
that they based the movie on.
Right. And it just shows all of the behind the scenes. And at the end of the day, it's like bad art is still art.
Yeah.
These people put their hearts into this.
These people are two friends
Yeah.
who met at acting class,
Yep.
who desperately wanted to do something.
Right.
Somehow Tommy has the means to do something and decides the best way to achieve that is to write the movie himself.
Yeah.
And writing, producing, and directing the movie himself ultimately is what actually makes it the thing that it is.
Yeah.
Because if he had hired professional people to do it and there had been, seasoned actors,
Right.
I don't think it would have been as good.
No.
That's
everything.
what's so
yeah.
amazing about
It's the heart. It's the heart of it.
Yeah.
That is what makes it so funny and so fun. I just liked at the beginning of The Disaster Artist, Kristen Bell, Keegan-Michael Key, Kevin
Yeah.
Smith, and a bunch of others. They all talked about what that movie means to them, and that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, Kevin Smith's the same way. He just has better writing. He just
Right.
puts all his friends in his movies.
Right.
So yeah, it was
But
really
they're
cool.
goofy as well.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, a scene about talking about roofers working on the Death Star, right?
You love that. You love that
I
so
love
much.
that, right? It has no business being in a movie.
Right.
And it's honestly not even especially well acted, that
no,
scene.
No, they were. I mean, some of them were amateurs too.
But it's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, highly recommend that The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, you should watch it after you watch this movie. I think you'll get an appreciation for how earnest all the people in
Yes.
this movie were about the fact that they wanted to act in a movie and they were excited about doing it. They got caught up in something that not very far into it they could tell was not exactly
Right.
what they were hoping for, but they did it. And everyone involved was sort of couldn't understand what they were doing.
Right.
They did a tremendous job in that movie of then showing everyone watch the movie. And I don't know what the real watching of it was actually like, but a tremendous job of going for all the emotions from the people excited to see the movie, people a bit trepidatious to see the movie because they can't understand how it's going to actually work,
Yeah.
watching it and going from being horrified about what they're watching to people laughing to everyone enjoying
Everybody
watching
like
the
applauding
movie.
and loving it. Yeah.
Yes. And then they do the scene with Greg and Tommy when Tommy is like devastated and Greg talks to him about how people are loving it and getting enjoyment out of it.
Right.
It's really well done. You should watch The Disaster Artist. I think it makes you feel a lot better about all the human beings who were involved in
Yeah.
making this movie.
And how about, and then also, I mean, this doesn't spoil anything. Nothing in this spoils anything, but
No.
like the credits, during the credits, it looks like they reshot the entire movie with
Yeah.
like James Franco, Dave Franco, and all of them.
'Cause they played they showed
played
the
a bunch of the
side-by-side
scenes.
scenes.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
By the way, Greg's a pretty good looking dude, isn't
is.
he?
He is a good-looking dude.
Because you realize when they show the side by side with him and Dave Franco, Greg is definitely a better looking dude than Dave Franco is, right? Like he is very, when you see him, you're like, yeah, I kind of see why Lisa likes him. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to spin the wheel for our September theme.
Oh. You know, before you announce it, I got to ask, like, this spinning device is so huge. It takes up so much space in Tracy's sewing room. Where do you store this thing during the time when we're not recording, Mike?
I feel like you're doing a bit that's from one of our other favorite podcasts, the 1001 Album Complaints.
Yes.
Okay, we have spun Tears in Our Beers. This is movies that make us emotional.
Oh my gosh,
I
already know
what Charlie's going to pick,
you know what
which
I'm
I'm
gonna
kind
pick.
of excited to see because it's been a while.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
I don't get emotional at movies, so I don't know what I'll pick.
Come on. That's the biggest bunch of malarkey I've ever heard, as my dad would say.
It's going to be tough for me to figure out what to watch because
There's so many.
there's so many.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing is our next episode. We are going to be discussing Troll 2.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah, we're going to have a viewing party for that one too because it's going to be the same thing. I've seen that one though, but it's going to be the same thing where it's probably better for everybody to watch it.
All right.
But that'll do it. Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, Mike.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Spirited Movie Companions. If you'd like to send us a message, you can do so at spiritedmoviecompanions@gmail.com. Until next time, make yourself some popcorn, grab a comfy seat, and find yourself a spirited companion. Goodbye.